Claude for Excel is revolutionizing what's possible inside a spreadsheet. Most people are barely scratching the surface. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Claude for Excel like a pro in just 15 minutes. We'll use it to build custom formulas, create 3-statement models, build an industry-specific revenue forecast, and even turn my workbook into a CFO grade report with commentary. Let's get started. Now, before we jump into the examples, let's quickly cover what Claude for Excel actually is. Claude for Excel is an Excel add-in that brings Claude directly into your workbook. So instead of asking a generic Excel question in a separate chat window, you can have Claude look at the actual file in front of you, understand the tabs, read the formulas, create new inputs, and make changes directly inside your Excel file. To install it, you can either go to Claude's website or inside Excel, click Add-ins and search for Claude. Now, once it's installed, you'll need to either create a Claude account or connect it to an existing one. And this is where some people run into their first issue, usage limits. Your usage is tied to your Claude plan, and file work can use up your limits faster than a normal chat. So while the Pro plan can work, if you're doing serious Excel work, I'd consider the Max plan. But usage limits are not the only thing to think about. The next question is security. Here's the practical explanation of how that works. Anthropic says your data is encrypted in transit and rest. They also say employees cannot access your conversations by default unless you submit feedback or review is needed for safety or policy enforcement. Now, for consumer plans like Free, Pro, and Max, Anthropic says your chats and coding sessions may be used to improve Claude if you allow that in your privacy settings. So if you don't want that, just go to Settings, click Privacy, and then where it says Help Improve Claude, make sure that setting is turned off. And now once Claude is installed and connected and you're comfortable with the data side, there's one more thing that matters. See, Claude's output is only as strong as the file and the prompt that you give it. A clean workbook with clear tabs, headers, dates, formulas, and assumption will almost always produce a better result. And detailed prompts will almost always be generic ones. So one trick that I use is to first ask Claude, help me write the best prompt for this task. Then I take that prompt and use it for inside Claude for Excel. All right, that's the Excel side. But before I show you how to turn that data into a forecast, I need to pause on something bigger. See, finance is shifting fast and you can't afford to miss it. Excel is still mandatory, but now the people pulling ahead are the ones who can use AI to summarize earnings calls, draft variance commentary, and turn messy fillings into usable insights in minutes instead of hours. That's why I've been recommending DataCamp for a long time. I've partnered with them for this video because it's hands-on, practical, and you're learning by doing instead of just watching theory. If you're a finance person trying to build real AI skills, start with DataCamp's AI Fundamentals track. It gives you the core 80% you actually need in just 10 hours. How AI works, what LLMs can and can't do, how to prompt well, plus a certification to prove the skill. No coding required. Then go into their AI for Finance course, which is much more applied, taught by Glenn Hopper, earnings call analysis, reusable prompts for monthly close and board reporting, 3 hours, every exercise grounded in a real finance scenario. Under 15 hours total, you walk out knowing how to use AI on the job, and you'll earn CPE credits along the way. If you want to become the finance person who actually knows how to use AI, the links are in the description. All right, now back to our Excel file. Now let's get into the first use case, creating custom formulas. All right, so our first test, I have a profit and loss over here that includes my actuals as well as my projections. And I want to see if Claude for Excel can now create an annual view of this information. Now, in the interest of time, I already created this outline, so I'm really just going to be looking to see if it can create the formulas to get the annual values. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take a screenshot of this data. And just to be safe, I'm going to say I have a profit and loss by a month. I want Claude for Excel. All right, so I have my snapshot right here in the normal Claude, and I say that I have a profit and loss by month. I want Claude for Excel to create the formulas to summarize this by year, so give me the prompt necessary. And let's see what it comes back with. All right, and here is the response. So let's just take it over here. And now on my home ribbon, I'm going to access Claude, and I'm just going to paste this in. And let's see how it goes. And you can now see that it's going through all the steps that it needs in order to build this. Now, I'm curious if Claude is going to pick up on the fact that I have these little helper rows, and it's saying that it's determining how to parse the year from the date headers. And it understands that there already is annual block columns. So it's not just working blindly in my Excel file. All right, and it determined that there was no 2026 column. So it's actually adding it over here. And now it's about to fill in the formulas. Look at how quickly all that just populated. And this is pretty cool. It recognizes that you can't just sum for gross margin. You need to actually take your gross profit divided by revenue. All right, and we're done. And here it's commenting on the fact that it added 2026 data because it didn't exist in the annual section, but it did in the monthly section. And I didn't even ask it to do that, which is pretty neat. And let's see how it did. Let's just analyze the formula. And it looks like it did a sum if the year matched that we have over here. So instead of just taking random ranges and summing, which wouldn't have been scalable, it actually utilized a proper Excel formula. Now, I do have a few nitpicks. I don't know what these zero values are doing over here. Now, and this did take a bit long for me to actually get the result. But as you can see, Claude was able to get insights directly into my file, even make its own judgment when I didn't ask it with that annual column, and edit my Excel file directly. Now that we know how Claude can edit our Excel files, let's kick it up a notch and see how good it is for finance. So here are my financial statements, an income statement and a balance sheet, and I want to create a 3-statement model entirely from scratch, including a dynamic statement of cash flows. And the good news is I actually went through this exercise via a separate video that you can find over here. And what amazed me was not only the fact that Claude was able to manipulate my files that I fed it, but at one point it was making some pretty serious errors by referring to the wrong column. Before it submitted its work, it reviewed the work and realized that it had an error. It then fixed everything and sent it back to me. The fact that it had the intelligence to actually QA its work and understand there was an error and fix it before it came to me showed me that this wasn't just a basic Excel tool. It was combining the judgment of an LLM with Excel. But while creating a 3-statement model is valuable, a lot of times you're gonna want Claude's help with the work you've already started in your Excel file. And you're not just doing Excel formulas, you're also utilizing your judgment. So in this test, let's see how well Claude can take this financial model that I generated in the last step and create a revenue build tied to my industry. All right, so now I'm saying for a separate task, I run a software as a service business, and I want Claude for Excel to create a revenue build specific for my industry utilizing industry benchmarks. I'm also asking it to be realistic based off of my historicals. All right, it's now telling me that it needs more information, so let me just clarify that Claude for Excel will have access to that information. All right, and now let's take this prompt, and I'm gonna paste that here, and I'm just gonna say one thing. When you are done, link that back to the projections row in my income statement. And let's see what happens. So you can see it's evaluating early stage SaaS benchmarks, which is pretty neat. And it looks like we're now starting to build the revenue build, and that's come together over here. And it's pretty wild how quickly it just printed all that to Excel. Notice that it's also using the best practices when it comes to the color scheme for what's an input and what should be pulling from another tab. And look at it go. All right, and we're officially done. So I like what it did over here. It analyzed everything and summarized all of its edits. We can see a proper MRR waterfall with instructions, the benchmark, source, and note. And if I go to the income statement tab, this kind of looks in line with how I would hope a company would grow without being too aggressive. So we just proved that Claude for Excel can not only edit my Excel file and have finance knowledge, it also has industry knowledge, pulling in relevant benchmarks and applying that to a revenue build. Now for the final use case, let's see how well Claude could act as my CFO. Now, to act as a CFO, you need to be able to present data in a way that stakeholders will appreciate, along with the relevant commentary. And that too, I made a whole separate video about. And I was pretty amazed that Claude understood my own Excel file, all the data tables and structures, and was able to quickly pour out a dashboard showing the current period's results compared to a prior period and a prior year with proper conditional formatting for positives and negatives. To take things one step further, it could also push your changes to PowerPoint, creating commentary and slides to help you nail that board meeting. Now, while these 4 use cases are really powerful and I'm genuinely impressed, I do want to give you some caveats about the things that I found that Claude for Excel falls short in. First, the thing everyone is complaining about is credits. Like we spoke about earlier, be prepared to be maxed out if you're using Claude for Excel for a long time and you're not on the max plan. Next, when I created my financial model initially, there were a lot of hard-coded values for subtotals, which I didn't really feel was the best practice. Now, a lot of people commented on that video saying that I didn't give it the right prompt, but to me, you shouldn't have to spell out all the do's and don't do's. Now, there were also times that my file entirely crashed, and for whatever reason, Claude for Excel couldn't play with it nicely. I still don't know what caused it, but I suggest you back up your files. Now, probably the biggest limitation that I found was that although Claude has access to the internet, as of today, you can't really connect it to a data source, like your QuickBooks Online or your bank. And when I asked it to roll forward my file with new accounts, it actually timed out and wasn't able to do that. It kind of had a meltdown. So while this certainly is changing the way that we're using Excel, and while it's certainly impressive, there's still some bit of room to grow. But with the way things are growing, I wouldn't be surprised if we're there in no time. Now, if you want to see in depth how to create those beautiful dashboards that Claude made earlier, along with a commentary, I suggest you check out this video over here. I'm Josh, your CFO guy, and I'll catch you next time.